Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah.
This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego! I ain't here to wake nobody up. I'm here to unplug you.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. God loves.
What up, so? It's the word. You see the title. We're gonna talk about it. The first 2 minute favorites. If you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It's free to you, but you know, even if you old, make sure you hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Gary, what up, my 33 brother? What up, Nine? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Nine is in the building. Rooted, what up, fam? Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, man, I seen a couple things today. Heard a couple things, just even recently, man. So we're gonna talk about a couple things. It's an open conversation, but it's some stuff I do want to talk about. Um, because my boy getting slammed in the media again. You know, Will Smith. He's saying, "Oh man, you can't win for losing. People will find reasons not to like you, and uh, they will exaggerate it if they need to. You know, I mean, don't nobody agree with what I don't agree with what he did to Chris Rock, right? I don't agree he should have went up there and slapped that man. But it's not about agreeing or it's about learning from him. You know, that man has been going through a lot his whole career. If you think about it, kid from Philly who made it big, been on top of the world, then all the stuff come out with his wife, fell down to the bottom. I mean, that man had to go get help, then come back, try to claw his way up, and then go through this with Chris Rock. You know, he did it to himself, facts. But I mean, ain't making no excuses. Man has a lot of weight on his shoulder. You know, and guess what? He's human. He's human. You know, we all make stupid mistakes. Some of us make them early, some of us make them later, but we make them. You know, he always owned up to it, and he moved past it. He learned from it and moved past it, right? You don't say I'm bragging like, yeah, I slapped somebody. He ain't doing none of that ignorant stuff. He apologized and he moved forward. That's all you can do. You know, you can regret later, or you can learn from it. And the man learned from it and move forward. It's other people who still still harping on it. But anyway, his performance at the BET Award. You know, they saying he's demonic, right? North, what up, brother? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I didn't even see North in the building. I didn't even see North. For some reason, I don't know. His comment ain't oh, there you go. But, he human, he made a mistake. But his BT award, they said it's demonic. They talk about what God is that. Then I heard people saying, oh, you can tell it was demonic because he never said Jesus. Like, it's a song, man. And he said God. He was talking about fighting through adversity, being in the fire, coming out of it. It was a great message. Um, the video, I mean, I don't think it was demonic. I don't see how. For the reasons people giving, oh, the fire. That's what he talking about. Then he talking about being in hell, like literally, like in a living hell. That's how he felt. He expressing what he felt as he was going through his adversity. That's his artistry. Uh, People can't even comprehend that. The first thing they want to say, oh, it's demonic. It's so much fear, right? Fear. Fear will create hate. You will fear something so much that you hate it. And so many people that is that fear with their own souls that they hate other people. And for some reason, people think, well, if their sins is worse than mine, then I got a chance. Nah, nah. It don't work like that. Everybody got their own cross to bear. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Do. So the way they criticizing that brother is sickening, sickening. You know, and I mean, I don't know what else what people want from. Like I was listening to the attorney. I think I don't know. She's an attorney, young black girl. I know she was involved in the YSL case, but she got a YouTube channel now. I so happened to run across it and I'm listening to it. And I'm reading her chat. People like, oh, do this, do that. Oh, you ain't like this. And I'm like, why do people want so much from other people? Like, you want someone to be something so bad, or because someone isn't in a way that you think is ideal, or you think is useful or beneficial, that automatically they they bad people or they doing something wrong. Like, nah, that's just not life, man. And that what they heard when it comes to man. Thank you, Rudy. Thank you. And even what they saw, it's like what was so devilish. It looked like a scene out of what was that movie? I Am Legend. That looked like I thought he was making a song for I Am Legend too. Like I mean, it wasn't even you ain't see no demons running across. Nothing. It was fire. It was fire. It was people over him saying he was like in the pit, and they was like giving him hope where he can rise up. If you talk about symbolism, let's talk about. I mean, what was demonic about it? What was demonic about him? What was he doing? He wasn't doing none of that. He wasn't wearing no demonic ass clothes. You see people wearing Baphomet and shit like that. Yeah. Oh, it was a great performance. Like, yeah, okay. But what was he? He was showing he was in the fire and he came out of it. That's what the whole thing showed. And if you listen to what he was saying, he was talking about going through adversity. Everything that we done said over here, he repeated stuff like that. Looking at it as a challenge, as a way to get stronger, as a way to get better, as to learn more, to grow. But his lessons, what he was going through, the pain that he was enduring, was making him better, made him a better person, helped him understand. This is what the song was saying. But then listening to the message, like Brother Gary was saying, you're condemning the messenger because of what he did in the past. Now you want to say he can't, or what he doing now. Like, come on now, man. That shit wild. But that's the society we live in, right? Everybody got an opinion and then they want to share it. And that's cool. I'm sharing my opinion right now. But it ain't to break or put nobody down. Like this man, like if you don't like him, okay. Instead of saying what he did wrong, just show the people what's the right way to do it. Show people the right way to do it. Take each y'all. Take each y'all. What up, sis? What up, Nine? Appreciate you. But that's what you got to do, you know. Uh, and that's the another thumbnail. This boxer Ryan Garcia, right? We talked about him a couple times. I don't like the dude, but before his recent incident, they was calling him a drug cheat, and I can't say he a drug cheat. I don't like him personally, but I mean, he a good boxer. He whooped old Devin Haney. He whooped him, and he had some steroids in the system, and they say he was a drug cheat. But when you look at the percentage of steroids, like you need way more than that to actually get a result. Way more. Like, it's like literally giving an elephant a grain of salt. Yeah, the salt will be in the elephant system, but you literally gave it a grain. Even the elephant, give it a teaspoon. It'd be, yeah, the elephant got a teaspoonful of salt, but when you check the salt level, then it ain't go so much. And the little bit amount, so you can't say you're drug cheat. Anyway, so to what he did recently, um, he went on a rant, a racist rant, using the hard ER word. You know, he was also talking about, the religious faith of Islam, hate speech. But what he said about black people, and a lot of black people support him, right? A lot of black people, he come into the culture of black. He want to hang out with Lil Wayne. And people see this is the thing. This is the thing, right? People put themselves in our culture. It's our right to visit, right? I'm married outside of my culture, right? My wife knows she is a visitor into my culture. I'm a visitor into her culture. Even though I'm married to her, I don't make myself comfortable with her culture. She don't make herself comfortable with mine to the point where she just come in and open the refrigerator and get a pop. No, you ask. You know, always show respect. That's why me and her get along so well. I observe her culture, she observed mine. We visit, right? The problem is people come in to the culture and they try to make themselves at home, and when they realize like this ain't your home, then they get mad, and now they want to, put black people down, melanated people, and this is the thing too, you know. Hold on, trigger warning. I'm gonna say something that's go piss somebody off.
This is a petty service announcement brought to you by the Word and not approved by the 9%, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. I am about to say some things that may and will trigger some. And if it does, it's probably because you need to work on it. Now let's go.
Okay, so now that we get that out of the way, like this whole thing with people, uh, you gotta understand, there's a group of people here who've been through some shit. Right? Not saying, not taking away from what anyone else has been through. I don't do it. I don't say black people's plight is worse than anyone. I don't even think like that. I don't care. What other people go through is what they go through. What I go through is what I go through. What my ancestors went through is what they went through. Everybody goes through things, right? I'm not here to measure sticks. I'm straight. But I'm not gonna let no one make or let no one try to downgrade what my ancestors went through, right? Because it made us who we are today. And I don't get to partake in a lot of these different conversations, right? Because of who I chose to marry. I'm fine with that, right? I'm fine with that. But that still don't even take away of what my ancestors and what I went through. So I don't need to be okayed or validated by no group of people to have my own experience, my own opinion, right? And just the way I see shit. So I don't really care about, all that group shit, all that. That I don't care. I will make my own. We created the nine, right? But this is just my opinion, and this is just how I feel. And I have valid points, and I will debate those with anyone. But like I said, it's a selective group of people here. You know, African Americans, they labeled us colored, Negroes, the people whose family spilled blood and went through slavery here. We different from everybody else. I don't care if we different black people. That's just what we different melanated people, we different Negroes, whatever you want to say. We just different. We have our own history. We had our own. No other black person or melanated people on this planet, besides the ones here who I'm talking about, can say they don't know their culture. That was taken from us. That's what makes us different. That right there separates us from everyone. Because other black people, you go to Jamaica, you say these my black brothers, that's true, but they're Jamaican. You go to Africa, no matter what country you go to, that's what country they're from. If they're Kenyan, Ghanaian, no matter what country, they have their nationality, they have their culture. If you go to the UK, wherever you go to the islands, they have their culture. We don't. So you could say we all the same, but when it comes down to it, we not. And that's the biggest problem. People want to group all black people together, and we not the same. We just not. And when you do that, we have problems. We have problems. We have discord. You know why? Because people come in, participate in a culture that we created from scratch, from nothing. We created that. But then people come in and they want to take claim to certain things, and it's like, y'all got your shit. In fact, if we the same, why can't we claim we Jamaican? Why can't we claim we from the island? Why can't we claim we from? We can say, oh, we Africans, but the Africans say, what part you from? Africans don't accept us as Africans. Talk to them. Talk to them. Let's see if they accept you as an African. What part of Africa you from? Commander, what up, though? But yeah, that's this dude's problem, right? So he realized he was a visitor, and now all of a sudden, and this is I can't wait till I get to my computer. I'm going tomorrow to look for one. But I want to show y'all something on the DOJ. I, I want to help y'all understand something. Black on black crime. That's in my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's racist to say that shit. For me, I'm just being honest. For someone to say black on black crime, even if black people say it, I don't care. That shit is fucking racist because that whole notion is stupid. Crime is fucking crime. Crime is crime. And even if you look at the DOJ reports, you will see people in the vicinity of each other do crime to each other. So if you say black on black crime, we don't have a white on white crime. We don't have a Mexican on Mexican crime. We don't have none of that. We got black on black though. Why? A narrative. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. That's something some little racist fuck was sitting in his basement one day and said it's a good idea to say that. It don't even make sense. And people fall into that. Well, look, it's on the yeah because they put it on the news. That's why it's on the news because they put it on. They highlight shit like that. Is it a problem? Any crime is a problem. All crime is a problem. We ain't crying about the cartel doing what they doing. We ain't doing nothing about that. We ain't talking about none of these other countries doing what they we ain't talking about none of that. Anytime we talk about a mass, unaliving, we talking about mental health. But when black people do the same thing everybody else doing, committing crime in the vicinity of where they are, then it's a problem. All crime is a problem. All crime, flat and simple. But unfortunately, it's narratives that want to be pushed. But at some point, you got to ask our favorite question: Why? Why are we highlighting this? Why are we highlighting that? Why do you want me to see this? Why do you want me? What are you trying to evoke? It's all man. Anyway, that was one of his talking points. He was saying they mad at me for saying the N word with the ER, but there's ninjas out here sending other ninjas to the ER. Like you want to try to make a rap lyric out of it now? Like, come on now, bro. You're doing too much. And that's another thing. Like, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he just saying what a lot of people feel. A lot of people feel like that. They just don't say it. A lot of people from outside of a race, they feel like that. They look at black people as lesser. I mean, that's fine. And this is what you have to understand because it's either it's black people upset at what he said, and it's a professional athlete, right? So there's a lot of people, a lot of eyes on him. But it's black people upset at what he said, and it's black people that's like, fuck him. And I'm in that group, but fuck him. Like, I'm gonna tell you something about being a black man in America. You have to have tough skin. You just gotta have it because people will poke and push you, and if they trying to get you to react, they trying to get you to fit the stereotype, the angry, and they gaslight. They do a lot of shit work, but you gotta have thick skin, right? We gotta pick and choose our battles, man. That's just what we gotta do. We gotta pick and choose. And as a black man, if I get mad at everyone who used the N word, then I mean I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a short life. I'm gonna be constantly fighting and battling people. Anytime somebody get mad at me that's not black, that's what they go to. I had to learn that. I punched a couple people in the mouth. I punched a couple people in the mouth. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you gotta pick and choose. And I got to the point where I realized like this person ain't shit. What I'm gonna get mad for? Like who is this person? And that made him even more mad because they trying to get a reaction out of you. Look, just being black, and I'm not just gonna say the man, but I'm a man. I can't speak for the women, but I know they have a hard time with this issue too. But I'm here to tell you, like, because it's people getting upset at. Shout out to Showbiz, man. People getting upset at him because, and his wife is white, I believe. But he like, look, I ain't no N word, and he ain't say what he said. I mean, he ain't saying it ain't disrespectful. He's saying like, look, it ain't gonna get to me. I'm not about to have an emotional. I'm not about to put energy and time into his ignorance. I'm not, because you can't. If I keep stepping off my throne to deal with these insolent peasants, then what kind of king would I be? People go feel some type of way. Somebody always go feel some type of way, but sometimes they go express it. But if it get to you, you gave it power. Then you gotta ask yourself, why? Why did I let this person get to me? Why is this person so special? And then you might realize like it ain't even the person, it's me. So I mean I understand the brothers to get mad, but like this dude is worth it. Like he got all this talent in the world and can't, but he got a shit ass character. That's just what it is. Somebody who I know hate me because of my skin color, I'm straight. They don't crash out mode anyway. They hate themselves. How do you even get that much energy to something that don't even matter to you? Like people wake up like racists. If you think about racist people, they know they inferior. If you think a whole race of people ain't shit because of the skin color, the culture, or anything, that just shows how naive you are. That shows how naive you are. That you think a whole race of people. I don't care where people come from, what a person belief is, what a person lifestyle is. That's just aspects of them. You get good people, you get bad people. They come in all different flavors. That's just what it is. Dee dee dee. Dee 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 dee. That's just what it is. You get all these different types of people, right? And if you think you're superior because of somebody's race, yeah, like I said, that just shows how naive you are. It just shows. And this dude, I mean, he young, he got time to, I guess, mature, but he probably threw his whole career away. He probably threw your whole career away because they suspended boxing, suspended him. He's suspended from boxing. All the major sanctioning bodies suspended him. Not even and all the athletic, um, you got to get a lot approved for each state to boxing. So that commission, all the athletic commissions could suspend him. So you got a tall mountain to climb. And see, he one of them people too who hide behind religion. Because he'll say some fuck shit and then say, "Oh, they hate me because I love Jesus." No, they hate you because what you just said, idiot. Like, dude, I don't like when people weaponize religion. You know, Jesus is king. Then you talk about fornicating with someone's wife, talking about doing this to somebody, calling people out their name, saying you hate a whole. This dude said he want to bring George Floyd back alive just so they can kill him again. And I'm like, bro, why would you? Like, you weird. Like, you weird as hell, man. You weird as hell. You saying it and they talk about, oh, it's the drugs, it's mental illness. Nah, man, that's how you feel. That's just how you feel. I don't care what you say. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. This whole, and then I want to talk about that too. Y'all just gonna let me stay up here and rant? Fine. I'm about to get, I ain't gonna never get monetized. Uh, but this whole, this and like this whole cult, like how. it's we don't people don't value morals, value, code of ethics, code of honor. Allow the dead to be the dead, man. Why people got this thing with this and the dead? It's like when I tell you whatever you put your energy to and you receive that, look at that whole culture, man, that drill rap and all that. People be rapping about the dead and then they end up dying. Like, you don't see how you putting your energy into that and that's what you're receiving? The universe is like people, you can be controlled easily, right? You make something popular, people start doing it because they want the what? The clout. They want the attention. They want the money. They want the fame. So they gotta outdo everybody else who's doing it. So some people willing to go to certain lengths. So this whole rapping culture now, they went from dissing one another, the living to the dead. Why? Because it's popular. They get clout. They get attention. But what are they getting out of it? That's this microwave society. People don't want to put the work in. You used to have to build a name. Now you can just do something outrageous and go viral. You used to have to build yourself up, build your reputation. You know, you had to put work in. It was your work. Now you just got to do something crazy and go viral. Easy come, easy go. That's the type of life we live now. Easy come, easy go. I remember you was in the street because you ain't have no other option. As soon as you got another option, guess what you did? You came out the street. Now people got all the options and still going to the street. You got the money. That's what we used to go to the street for, to get the money to get out. Now you got the money and you going in. We living backwards. This society. I ain't saying we. I don't do shit like that. I got the money and got out. I got the fuck on because of white supremacy. I'm gonna touch on that too because, and I'm gonna break it down what I say, and that's another reason why people say I'm unqualified because I never said my sister even got on me. I was like, I never said white supremacy doesn't exist. I said people participate in the shit, and you don't have to, but you have to. If once you start, you gotta find a way out of it. Once you start participating, then you gotta find your way out of it. You gotta find your way out of it. But what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, this whole it's like street culture, man. Mr. Gary Busted Down Brown, how you doing? How you feeling? How you living? Shout out to B2B.
What up, though? What up, though?
What up, man? Chill, man. You came to save me?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I mean, not you don't need no saving. I just, what you just talking about that street well, it wasn't a mentality. It was like it's that comfort zone. It's like people don't know how to get out of their box. You know what I mean? We always talk about the box and how people got to look outside of their box and things like that. But once a person gets comfortable,
Mm.
whew, that's like dead weight. You know how hard it is to move dead weight. You know what I mean? It's like shoulders be hurting you trying to carry somebody and all of that. It's really hard when a person gets in that stable mind. Like I'm comfortable right where I'm at, and then you trying to drive them somewhere, and you trying to uplift and do things like that. Man, that is a terrible predicament for anybody to elevate from. Like you below the valley, you in the mud for real. You under the mud. You can see the worms. That's how bad that be. I just think it's just a tough situation when you come for those type of predicaments. Because I mean, there's a whew, there's a lot that I don't think people really understand. I used to ask people, is it easier to love or hate? And a lot of people would answer the hate. And I'm like, why do y'all think it's so easy? Because so people was like, it just flows more natural. I'm like, wow. That just goes to show you the mindset of people in the society and of today. It's just terrible.
And that's the crazy. When you said that, I knew you was about to say hate because it was easy. But then you say, why is it easy? Because that's what they know. That's what they experience. It's like, bro, I don't know. I was put. I believe I don't curse anything I've ever been through. I appreciate it because I understand now that I'm older and mature. Like I was built to endure, but not only to endure, but to learn. And hopefully, what I learned can help somebody else because, like, I wasn't no gangbanger, right? And I came from, I'm not even, I guess a common used word would be a shelter environment, then put into the street, right? So I already had, up until the age of 9, I had my grandmother and a bunch of older people around me. So I had some great examples. I had some good stuff put into me as a kid. But then when I got older, 10, 11, 12, really 12 is when I jumped off the porch to 11. But I got into the street. But I knew it was something different. I knew it was another way. This is just my environment. So it was easy for me to say, you know what, I can do better. I know better. It was easy for me to do that. But it's not for a lot of people who was born into that, had no choice but to experience that. A lot of stuff I've been through, I put myself in those positions. I didn't have to be. A lot of people tried to keep me safe, tried to keep me away. They tried, but it was me. I wanted that. And that's the scary part of being a dad, bro. Like knowing, like I'm aware of why I did what I did. And how am I supposed to, what can I do different with my son for him not to be as curious or wanting to be what I was. That's the dilemma that I have that I'm still learning. But you can only do, you know, what you can, and then it's up to the kids. So I just figure if I put all the right stuff in, it's up to him to use it. But at least I gave it to him. That's just life, bro. You can do all the right things and still get the wrong results. So
Absolutely. And that's the thing
sugar
that we
love, my bad.
good.
Sugar love, what up,
Good.
sis?
And that's the thing that we don't we like even today we can have everything in order, the two family home and this, that, and the third. But all it take is just you just stepping outside your home one time and seeing things in a perspective. For an example, right? Well, this I don't think it's happening today. So let's just go from the beginning, right? So one day a dude was working at a store, right? And his homie came, checked on him, like, yo, what's up? You all right? You good? What's going on? I see you working. And he went and brought something from the store. And he just pulled out a wad, like, y'all gotta pay for this. And my man saw the cash that he pulled out his pocket. He said, "Man, this ain't for me," and walked right from behind the counter and went right back out there in the streets. Is it the temptation? I guess the point is the temptation that goes on outside of the home can pull you so far away from it that you only going to go there to sleep and wake up and wash your body and go on back out there. These are the dilemmas that we're facing even today, especially today now, even more because, like I said, if you got a two-family home, 9 times out of 10, if you ain't got it like that, both of the parents is working. And for a fella, it's very easy for you to get tempted in them streets. And for a female, if she's around that environment, it's very easy to be persuaded because all the dude got to do is tell you a story, and then you start liking them, and then you fall into the trap, and then you playing with that negative forbidden fruit, not the positive one, but the negative one. So it's a tough perspective to to really just say that things will be easier in a two-parent home because it's not that easy anymore. Everything's going up. The rent's going up. Food is going up. And the two-parent home, they ain't even seeing each other. One probably got to work a day. One that got the other one works as soon as that other one comes home. Like that's it's rough out there. So we got to figure out how to let some of this interaction coexist between us and map it out in a better way.
And bro, I was about to say, shit, just because you're in a two-parent home don't mean you got a better opportunity because one of them parents can be toxic, bro. If not both. You know, I was in a two-parent home. My stepdad was an asshole, bro. That's what got me in the street. You know, he used the shit out of me, man. So I mean, it's still it's the influence, man. It was the love of my mother, man. That kept me alive. I wouldn't do too much because of her, but yeah, man. It's we gotta make we gotta make it's the influence, man. We gotta make things cool. You know, we gotta make things um just like the street life, man. Just like how that imagery or that lifestyle is cool. We gotta make it. I ain't gonna say be a nerd, but being intellectual, being smart, being like people. I remember growing up, bro, and I was always well. My vernacular, just things that I got a good vernacular because I know things. You know, that's the only reason I have a vernacular is not because I went and studied words, but I studied concepts and words were attached to them. So just knowing things, you know, people, oh, you think you smart, you think you this, and like even we do that to this day, man. Oh, they think they better. No, you thinking that. You thinking that because I know more than you. I'm supposed to feel bad for that. Like we put the good things down for participation trophy. People like to say, ain't nobody better than nobody. Bullshit. Some people put the work in to be better. That's just what it is.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is, man. I get, I ain't gonna say triggered, but when people, oh, they think they better. Or what's wrong with, oh, why do people, no, you're thinking that because of what I'm doing is better than what you know. It's people who do better than me. It's people who got more, who smarter, who I don't sit there and complain about it. I know they put work in. They studied. They put the work in. So that means I got to put the work in if I want to be just as good as them. It's not even competition.
Mhm.
But that's what people turn it. Oh, they think they better because they do. No, they are better because they doing better things. That's what makes people better. Is the actions. So that's just what it is. Just because you got more money, no, that doesn't make the person better. What they doing with the money? What they doing with the
And then
money?
yeah, and then a lot of it is the misunderstanding of a thing, right? For example, you said, you got to work to be smarter, right? You working to be smarter does not mean it's a competition. You just trying to elevate yourself. You trying to rise to the occasion. not to compete, but to be on the same level. It don't have to be about competition. It don't have to be, a rivalry type of scenario. That's the thing that we keep focusing on. If I wanna be like the word, I'm gonna have to study my word. I'm gonna have to understand what the words he's saying and how it makes sense. Not to out talk him, not to show that I'm trying to be smarter than him, but just to be on the same level. We take privileges away by doing things that don't even make sense and trying to escalate a situation instead of just having the privilege of being on a level with someone with intelligence or someone with understanding or someone with compassion or someone with love. It's not a competition. I don't want to be loved. But that hate thing is so I hate that nigga so they turn that into an opposite direction. And let me show you how much I hate that nigga. Look, I'm gonna throw so much dirt on his name. His name gonna be dead before he wakes up. Like, why would you do that? But you have so many people that has that rivalry. That rivalries is only good if you rooting for somebody, right? Like in the sports, like all right, there, like all right, Detroit hates Chicago. All right, cool. We can't stand them. Okay, whatever. New York hates Boston. We can't stand them. But anything else, man, a rivalry is never a good thing. Because in real life, if you're a rival, somebody trying to take your head off, that's the street qualification for hate. Is a rivalry. I hate that nigga over there because he on the wrong block. Or I hate this dude over here because he ran blue instead of red, or whatever the colors are, or whatever. We have to understand that it's not even about a rivalry. First of all, we don't even own half of the things that we are rivaling about. How about that?
Right. Felina, what up,
What are we
sis? Appreciate you.
what
Appreciate
what
you.
are we fussing and beefing about? We don't own none of that. And if we do own it, how are we trying to embetter it?
Hmm.
How are we trying to empower what we claim we own? And soon as somebody try to do that, Black Panthers, so on and so forth, we got to get the head, man. We know that head is we take that head off. That body ain't working too well. We got that, and that's what they do. But we have to figure out, stop working against each other and try to uplift each other, because we doing all the work for them anyway. It's like the police. If you tell on somebody, if you snitching about what happened, the police ain't doing their job. 90% of the time, they getting tips, and we could be anonymous. We could snitch on them, man. We can get $2,000 or $10,000 or whatever the reward is. That don't mean the police is doing their work. That means they got other people doing the jobs for them, and a lot of the time it be us, and that's that's just the saddest thing of all. We be doing so much work for other people that we forget ourselves and don't work on ourselves.
Bro, I've been told people that, like, man, I ain't even about to dwell on that, but bro, that's I don't know, like that I want people to let it go, that whole concept, because of the subconscious impacts that have, you know. So I try to show people the mechanics. Like, even if someone is portraying himself as better, so fucking what? So what? To me, it's a show. Anytime people act, it's a show to me. I literally, like, when I oh, this person is acting, they become. I'm not gonna say they become a clown, but that's how I look at it. It's entertainment. They're acting. So if a person is, maybe that's good for them. Maybe that's how they build their I don't know. I don't care, because I don't feel, I know, just like when we saying the N word, if a random white person walk up to me today, now a couple years ago it would be different, but today it say you're an N word. I'm like, okay, have a nice life. Why do I even care what this person? Why does his opinion matter to me? Oh, they disrespected me. They did. Who the fuck are they to? I mean, to disrespect me and to take anything from me? Like, if a person is ignorant enough to walk up to you and say that, that just shows their level. That tells me more about that person. That tells me way more about that person. So at
But the
some point,
question is, uh,
sorry, no, go ahead.
no, but the question is, how does, why is it so important? What the outside thinks? I don't even care. I'm my own person, right? We so busy worrying about what society says about our walk, our talk, our actions, our whatever. They ain't doing nothing to help you improve yourself, right? If you go into the inner cities, how many inner cities is losing boys and girls club? How many inner cities is not teaching the things in the after school program? What happened to the after school programs, right? Like right now, we would have had an after school program where we sit there and say, you know what, kids, let me teach you how to save money, or let me show you how to do this. We ain't doing none of that. We say, you know what, forget the after school program because we ain't watching these people kids because they got to go to work. The tribe slash community is not where it was before. If it was there, then there wouldn't be no need for all of these after school programs. But yo, all right, we're going to Miss Jones' house. Miss Jones gonna make sure we do our homework. She might fix us a sandwich or whatever. And by the time mommy come home, Miss Jones said, "Listen, they ate already. All you gotta do is put them to bed. I mean, check their homework if you like, but we did the homework here, this, that, and the third, and go about our business. Or if that's the case, they could spend the night. People ain't even allowed their kids to spend the people at other people's house no more. Spend the night at other people's homes no more. That's how bad the individuals have become, in the villages and the communities and the tribes have been decimated because there's no I and we no more. There's no we and I, or however you want to put it. There's no we. We ain't family. I am my own. I am an individual. That's my kid. So on and so forth. We became so individualized that we have isolated ourselves from old concepts. That's why I was telling everybody, what the hell are we running from? Do you not see how those things used to work back 100 years ago? When Aunt Jackie was never our aunt, but she could sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna tell your daddy, and your daddy gonna come home and whoop your ass, and he gonna say, thank you, Aunt Jackie. I got it from here. We lost so much, man, because of the individualization of ourselves, and it ain't even a culture. I mean, a race thing, right? Because the same poor white people are going through the same thing the black people are going through. It's not a race thing. It's a class thing now. And I'm talking about class as far as finances. Because we know we got some poor class people and they ain't never had a class in their life. But the financial situation is making it worse too. Damn, we gotta go ahead and do this and do that and make it work. And I hope I hope Betty Jane can stay in. Nah, we ain't got none of that no more. We have been individualized and not trusting people around us, and that's the main reason why the community slash tribe is not where it was, in my opinion.
Bro, you hit the nail right on the head, especially when you said the class system, bro. But the funny thing is, why is it like I consider myself in I ain't rich, bro. I ain't the haves. I'm the have-nots. I'm you know. But it's people. I can see rich people flexing on one another, but it's like us regular people trying to flex on one another. I ain't as poor as you are. Like, bro, we all. Hey, unless you wouldn't, man, bro. It's like I'm just because I live in a house. I'm not about to talk about somebody who live in an apartment. Just because I live in a house. You know, just because I got a little bit more, I'm not gonna shit on somebody who got, trying to even get to where I'm at. Why would I shit on them? It wasn't easy getting where I'm at. I know I heard. Shout out to Selena. She was talking about, her. being a janitor and was ashamed of it. Then she was like, "Nah, I'm in school." And that's what I'm saying. Even like, okay, even if she didn't go to school, right? Even if she didn't, she's still making an honest living. So why do we shame people like that? We look down on people who might be doing janitorial work. Like even when I worked in the hospital, bro, it was people like I was real cool with the people who cleaned the rooms after the surgery and shit. Sometimes I helped them clean the room. Like if it was all messed up and we needed to hurry up and get back in there for the next case, I grabbed stuff and helped them clean up too. I ain't had no problem with that. But people used to shit on me. Oh, you just this, you just that. Like, hold on, bro. Do you know we can't do our job if they don't do their job? Their job is important. Like, their job helps save lives too because the room is sterile now because they did their job. Their job is just as important. If they don't do their job, we can't do ours. You need people to take out the trash. You need people who to do all these jobs that people look down on. If they didn't do it, it wouldn't get done. But that's the society we live in. You know, I just look at people when they put other people down for things they don't have or things they. I look at those people and be like, damn, you unhappy as hell. You ain't even grateful for what you got because you laughing at what somebody don't have. Like, damn, I got money. I got this. Motherfuckers who show money. I know I've been around rich people. Guess what? They don't do that shit. Like, they don't do it. Don't no rich person. You don't see Bill Gates holding a stack full of money acting like he making a phone call. And if a rich person do that, you know why they doing that? They trying to tease. They ain't really happy because they have to show off.
You right about that. I remember, like, I tell people all the time, I know there'd be rich people who used to come out there in like a little t-shirt and some poom poom tennis shorts. That don't mean they got it. They probably was
The French bulldog.
yeah, they over there doing some real nonsense. Why? Because they don't want you in their business. Why is it that the poor people want to be rich and the rich people are acting poor? We gotta stop. We gotta listen. We gotta stop making that mindset needs to go. Just like how you were saying, how people you would never talk about a person in an apartment. Just imagine the people that's in the project. Oh, you got a house, nigga, you good, but you sitting there trying to act like you got a Mercedes Benz and paying $200 in the projects. What are we doing here? Ain't
Mhm.
nobody trying to lead the projects. They call that project rich. I'm like, man, if you only understood, you look crazy with this. You ain't probably got nowhere to park it. Somebody breaking your car, you ain't gonna know who did it. But because you want to be project rich instead of going on out there and leaving legacy. There's people out there who's leaving a legacy talking about you can stay in a project for 60 years. I ain't never heard of that, but that mindset is really happening right now. I mean, people were
Bro,
talking about they want to get out of the trailer park. There's people who want listen. I'm gonna leave this to you, baby. Like, wait, what? You want to leave me this? What about? Can we step on up? Can we get an apartment? I ain't even asked you for a house, but an apartment. But there's people out here who's so their mindset is so destroyed that they'd rather stay where they at in the gutter than come on out and get to the top of the hill. There's people like that. Once again, another sad scenario.
I'm the noise opera. Appreciate you. And the French bulldog. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat, but um, I'd be interested to entertain you if you still listen. Um, you get the link. I put it on the community wall. It's on the community wall, but I entertain you for a minute. Yeah, you can join. If the link is on the community wall, feel free to hit it. You just gotta show your face. You gotta make sure you ain't gonna show nothing that we know we ain't really asking for. But prayers, what up though? Hey, money in the bank tomorrow, prayers. I'm watching it, bro. I'm so happy. I forgot. My wife paid for Peacock, and I did not know all the events come on Peacock. So I'm like, cool. But bro, when you was saying that, I can tell you so many stories where people went like I did it too. I had a nice little car, but my car was protected. Wasn't nobody coming around my house stealing in the evening. Bro, do you know I used to uh it was a couple things you do to make sure your car don't get stolen, right? One is you turn the wheels in towards the curb. This isn't a D. This is like a rule, right? And I had an old school. I had it souped up, looking all pretty and all that. Um, and you just disconnect the distributor cap, and the car won't start. So if somebody tried to steal it, they couldn't pull it because it was this thing where people went and bought tow trucks and started stealing cars, bro. They hook your shit up and take them. Oh man! But if you turn the wheel towards the curb, they couldn't just ride up and hook it up and pull it because the car, spin out because the wheels locked. But then you disconnect the distributor cap. In the old school, that's how the spark plugs fire. So if it's unhooked, the spark plugs on fire. So you did that. But I can tell you so many stories where people went and paid all this money to get 20s and paint the car and get a sweet car and park a $20,000 car in front of a $10,000 home and it's gone in the morning. I'm gonna be mad as hell. Then you see somebody with their rim, like, well, guess we know who got it.
Right. And that's the inner city stories, man. That's like, what I mean? That's like, that's the lows of the low. And people don't
Oh yeah,
understand. That may
I
not be the
apologize.
same way.
I apologize. 1 second. Yeah, if you're under 18, you cannot hit the link. Nah, I ain't talking to nobody kids, bro. You free to watch, but I can't. Nah, I don't want nobody parents mad at me. Viewers discretion is advised. The show is 18 and older, but we try to keep it as PG as possible. So I will watch my language for the rest of the night. I will try. So I get
Wow.
my
I
bad,
don't
bro. I ain't
know.
mean to cut you off, but
No, it's okay. Little whoever that person is, just listen. Take what you can as advice, and just be mindful. You know what I mean? Be attentive. Pay attention. If you can't use it, go on and find something else to do. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like when you look, it's a perfect example. You got somebody that's underage is sitting there trying to get some understanding of what's going on. That just goes to show you, man, that this thing is we are there's dire need for help. I don't know if he was trying. I don't think he was trolling. I can't say what it was. I can't see the chat. But there are people in dire need of help, man. There's a need for conversations like this. And how can I do better? Why can I be better? Not how I can be better. Why I can be better. We was talking about the what's and the whys and the who's and all of that the other day. There's people that's really asking these questions. All we can do is just leave our information on the table, and if they pick it up, they pick it up. If they apply it and it works, it ain't that you right. The message is right. Stop what
mm,
you know what I mean. It's nothing else but just trying to do it right. Like I tell people all the time, it takes one person to win 1,000. I don't know which one is the one, but if I leave it there, that one could find out if they're the one and try it. And if it goes through, it goes through. But at the end of the day, this is a it's a teaching session. It's a helping session. But more important, it's a caring session, man. We ain't got time to be doing all that hate. We ain't got time to be kicking people while they down. We ain't here for all of that. We here to do the best that we can and to encourage, uplift, teach, however y'all want to put it. But the sauce is here, y'all. Y'all gotta add it. Y'all gotta add it to your food, and hopefully it'll be better than what you had, and add to your situations and not take away from it. But it just goes to show you what's going on. How crazy is it that there's a person that looks underage or whatever the case may be, and it's summertime, and they're sitting there trying to find out what they can do to embetter themselves. I hope. I don't know. But at the end of the day, man, we just trying to be here and not spit game, but show our experiences of how we became better people. You know, I'm pretty sure. Well, everybody knows your testament, man, your testimony, man, and a lot of people should know mine. But the fact of the matter is, all we can do is be our best selves and hope that we can add to improve instead of you know uh, subtract from you. That's all we can do.
Like D, what up, bro? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's all we can do. And that- it's just, there's a lot of these. I think it's we hold ourselves back. I'm gonna say it like that. We hold ourselves back um with the way we think. You know, just think about self, man. You think more about you than other people, and the more people to do that, the more people who can focus on what they need to do. You know, instead of what other people need to do. Even Stephen A. Smith, man. Him, bro, he weird, man. All these people who want to be like these authority figures, or they want their words to be important. They reckless with them, man. They real reckless with them. It's like you want to criticize people so bad, and then when people criticize you, you play the victim. Oh, why they talking about me? Because you talking about other people. That's why. What the fuck you think was supposed to happen? Dang, my bad. What you think was supposed to happen? When you're talking about people, people will talk about you. People talking about you, talking about other people. Eventually, somebody you gonna say something, and somebody gonna say, "Well, what makes you better?" That's just what happens with everything and everybody. Anytime you criticize someone, you open yourself up to be criticized yourself. Just be ready for it and accept it. If you can give it, you should be able to take it. That's law of compensation. That's a universal law, bro. Whatever you give, you will receive. So if you giving hate or negative energy towards something, you go get it back in return. And it's gonna be tenfold. It's in a cycle. And as it's going, guess what? It's building momentum. So that's why I try to put all the good stuff into my cycle. So when it comes back, it hit me and it's all good. You know, we can sit up here and critique anything and everybody. And even when you critique, if there's no constructive, what is your intent? You have to think about that. Like if I critique someone, I like the information. I don't attack the person. I attack the information. Like the queen lady. I attack the information. Who she is personally. Like I said, I don't know her personally. And even if I did, I wouldn't offer my opinion about it. I may joke and say, "Oh, this, that, she building this, she building that." But her as a woman, I respect her. Her as a human, I respect her. The information is I'm gonna make fun of that. You think man can't love that? I mean, hey, we can poke holes at that, but her as a woman, no, I respect her. And watching with that other guy, I don't respect him. I don't respect no man. I don't, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I feel different with men. Maybe I'm a little biased with women. Like, okay, women can do this, women can do that. I don't know. They were talking about shout out to uh Brown Ellie. I was in her chat earlier, and uh, she had to pose the question: can women ruin men's lives? And I said no. I did say no, and I said because the reason I say no is because if a woman does ruin a man's life, it's because he allowed it. That's just how I feel. Can it happen? Yeah, I allowed it to happen to me, but I learned from it, and guess what? It didn't happen again. But for me to say a woman ruined my life, uh, I can't. That's where's the accountability at? If I say that, for me to be accountable, I have to say that I allowed it. I allowed it. I've been through some shit with women, bro. I've been set back because of decisions and things women did. But is it their fault or is it mine for being with them? Because a lot of the times I knew better. I know I should have been cut the cord. So whose fault is that? Mine or theirs? I mean, if we trying
You,
to come to a solution, whose fault? We just want
it's
to
always
push
gonna be
blame.
your fault.
Right.
It's always gonna be your fault because they're gonna, you know what? You you fighting yourself to not leave the situation in a crazy turn, right? You sitting there like, you know what? I think I can care for this person enough. Like you really, they will call it a simp mode. Okay, I accept that. But if you trying to help a woman understand that she can receive the thing that she receives, you're gonna stay there longer. It's just like a person that gets involved with with a woman with kids. It's
Mhm.
very possible that you staying there because those other kids ain't got nobody but you in their life. So you end up tolerating more things from a female. That might not be a popular concept, and I may get cursed out for it, but a lot of the time, that's why stepdaddies was so important back in the day. Now you can't
Mhm.
even you can't even find a stepdaddy award. They can't even get acknowledged. Don't touch my kid, and okay, so you must want to do this by yourself. No, it's not about that. That's my kid. And okay, so if it's about you and I accepted your package, why you can't allow my terms to be met as far as this situation? I get it. I'm not his father, whatever the case may be. But if his father's not around, how do you want how do you want this child to understand that a male figure is important? You can't belittle a person for being a stepdad and then want them to step up to the plate when something goes wrong. That's like,
Mhm.
well, what they say, have your cake and eat it too. I mean, I guess, but I never understood what that meant. But okay, um, it's just crazy how
Oh
you
shit!
want
Oh
you want both parts structure. Yeah, right?
yeah, man. I came outside with the dog, and I can't see. And something ran past me. I thought it was the dog, but it wasn't. The dog started chasing it. So I don't know what the fuck that was, but the dog chased it. I thought it was the dog. It's like, oh, the spotlight didn't come on yet. So I
Oh,
thought the dog
possum or
ran past
raccoon.
me, and then, man, it wasn't no damn possum moving that fast. 'Cause whatever it did, it bent the corner and turned the garage, and then I seen the dog coming. Like, hold on, I thought that was you. Oh man. Okay, I'm good.
Man, you better be careful out there, man. It's 2 o'clock in the
Well,
morning. You can't be out
man,
there like that.
I got a light on my garage and my house, and usually when I walk in the back, I didn't turn the outside light on by the house. So the I it's like pitch black dark in my backyard. So when them lights turn on. Oh man, yeah, that was
You-
wild. I'm talking about literally ran right in front of me. I'm thinking it's the dog, and then I heard the dog, and I looked like, oh shit, what was that? And then I looked, that bitch turned the corner.
As long as
It had
you're
to
all
be
right,
like a cat
that's
or
all that
something.
matters.
Had to be something that could
That's
get through or over that fence because the dog would have had it by now.
well, you
No,
would.
my baby
How
back
big
here
was
with
it?
me.
Was it like a deer?
No, it wasn't
I
no
mean, I'm
deer.
just saying.
I had a Rottweiler who fucked bro. This deer was running from my dog, but I had at this time I had like an acre, and it's a fence. My neighbor had a fence, and my yard was wide open, but there's a fence like where my neighbor yard started at, but it was
Mm-hmm.
like literally a quarter acre away from the house, and a damn deer. I seen it in the back, and the dog took off, and the deer looked at it, and I had a 160-pound Rottweiler at the time. So this ain't no regular. This is a big boy. When he took off running, the deer looked. Man, that mother tried to turn and run and get stuck in the fence, and my dog grabbed it by the side, grabbed it by his like hind leg, and shook it off, and was fucking that deer up. I was like, "Oh shit!" He took down the deer, but the deer didn't get stuck in the fence. The dog got it. But yeah, I seen that dog took out a coyote. The coyote, I put a it was called Zoo. I seen. I mean, there's a video with he playing with a cinder block brick on my shorts.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a spike collar around his neck, and coyotes got into the yard, and I guess they was going at it, and the when the uh, what is the people called? Not the Humane Society, yeah, but those people who come and get the
The PETA people,
dogs and shit. No, the it is the Humane Society, ain't it?
ASPCA.
Animal, the animal rescue people, the animal patrol, the animal cops, whatever they are.
Yeah,
But
we call them
because it was
ASPCA.
a yeah, because it was a wild, we got to call them when like they had animals, and my dog killed the coyote. But the lady was like, "Oh, I guess he tried to bite your dog's collar because the dog had blood all on his collar, and he had a hole in his uh mouth. The coyote had a hole in his upper part of his mouth. So she said she think he tried to bite the collar. But yeah, probably wouldn't have won that fight if he ain't had that collar on. You know, these coyotes, but the dog was bigger than the coyote, but it's a fucking wild animal. So ain't no telling. My dog, I didn't train the dog to fight. I just trained it to protect. My bad. I don't even know how we got to talking about dogs. But
Oh no, we was talking about that because something ran past you. But
yeah, it'd be like a cat or something. It'd be cats in the backyard. And I
yeah.
barbecued yesterday, and so I left my grill out
Okay,
there,
you was
so I was
chefing it
sniffing
up.
around.
Okay.
Oh no, it was just hot dogs and hamburgers and sausages.
Yeah,
I ain't even we ain't throw down or nothing like that. You just
yeah. I just
wiped it off the smoker. She wanted the
I did some
hamburgers
chicken
anyway.
myself. Yeah, I did some of
I
that
ain't even.
yesterday myself. I put the chicken on as a short. Like there you go. Y'all go ahead, tell me what it looked like. But yeah, it's just like it's just so much going on, right? You got so many things going on, and we just gotta pay attention to what's in front of us, man. We gotta stop fighting each other. We got listen. That hate thing is getting out of control. My growing up, the word hate was never to be used. You can dislike
Yeah.
somebody, you can not stand them. But if you hate somebody, that's a strong word. And I think a lot of it is because we don't really know how much power that word really has. It'll
Mm-hmm.
shut things down. It'll make you lose focus of anything. I hate you so much. I'll never love you again. And that'll put a target on somebody's back and so on and so forth. We got to remember that words have power. You know what I mean? If we can speak up hate, you can speak up love. And a lot of us, we don't know how to love, so we can't speak that up. All we know how to do is hate, like you said earlier. So we just got to figure out, a way to better use our words. Whether it's, I know people don't like the word nigga, so they use ninja. That's you. That's what you do. Word. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand that, and it's different strokes for different folks. But a lot of the time, we can't just keep making it a thing for us. There's people that those words mean something different for somebody else, man. You got to understand it's not a popularity contest when you use some of these words. So we just got to be careful what we say around people, man, because like I said, that words have power, and it can also, take away lives and emotions and turn somebody's right frame of mind left.
My bad. I'm looking at the chat. Mine D. That's how I got my knees dirty for me. That's how you thought Prayers talking about Stephen A. Yeah, he wild boy. Stephen A. wild boy. But yeah, bro, that hate, like you said, when I was growing up, we weren't allowed to say certain words, and that was one of them. My mom was like, "You don't know what hate is. You should never know what it is." That's what she used to always say. That word got power, and it's gonna hold you down. You know, she was speaking from experience, and it makes sense. You know, because whatever in you is what's gonna come out of you. So if it's hate, then that's what's gonna come out of you. That's what people gotta check themselves. When they say I hate something, why do you hate? Why is that in you? Get that shit up out you. It ain't
But
useful.
it goes, yeah, it's not. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what okay? So here's the question: if it, why is it so? Why make people make it improbable of improving themselves? You know, I don't like to use the word change, but in this case, I'll use it. Why is it so hard for people to change? Change a mindset, change an attitude, change a perspective. Why is it so hard for people to change? That's one of the craziest things in the world. But that's
Go
one of
ahead,
the
baby.
most asked questions should be, why is it so hard to change? Hey, little buddy.
He came
Somebody
out like,
popped
why
up
was you
early.
outside?
Look,
He came out the
they
room and
heard
looked
you
at you.
yelling. Look, they heard you yelling like, hold up. All right, let me go check this out and
And he
see. And
literally
out.
came out like, why was you outside? Go lay down. I'll be here. Huh? In the room? I am. Give me a minute.
Now,
Go lay down. I'm
now,
doing my show. Remember I told you?
I'm a,
Just give me a minute.
I'm gonna just show y'all
I I
the
gotta do it on
beauty
my phone, see? Not on the computer, on my phone. So
I'm gonna show
I'll
y'all
be
the
in here as soon
beauty
as I get back.
of why it's a beautiful thing not to be grown, right? He's having a conversation with his child. The child is showing concern. The child's like, okay, why are you out there? What you doing? It's kind of late, and so on and so forth. And the child may not even grasp or understand what's going on around them. As far as, you know what, like, you could have been hurt or anything like that. But the love of that child came out there and just showed, like dad, I'm here. Like, you okay? Like, what you doing? Why you outside this late? And all of these other things. That's why, I tell people all the time, stop being grown.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to grow. Like that child is a sponge right now. You could just sop up everything, every piece of information that goes on around you. Okay, well, I see daddy and mommy love each other. I see mommy take care of daddy, and I see daddy take care of mommy. We are the first teachers to our children. So as long as they understand that, hey, daddy could do certain things that mommy would do, and mommy would do. You know what I mean? We could start our own traditions today, right now. And the fact that that young man, that child came up there and said, "Hey, dad, what's going on?" This is why I tell people not to not to continue to grow for that reason alone. Because it didn't matter if the child understood or not. All he could have possibly heard was dad say, "Oh, hey, dad, what you doing out here? What's up? You good?" Yeah, Oh, okay. I'm gonna go lay down. I heard you tell me you got something to do. All right, cool. Even though he making sure that dad is okay, the and he's not even that child is not even capable to defend dad. But the love of that child for his dad is what made it come up, and that was just an awesome display. I know it wasn't meant to be seen or heard or whatever the case, but that's the example why we need to continuously be growing and not be grown.
That's my little dog, man. He always make sure I'm straight. If he hear a bump or something, he'll run in the room like that. You fall? Like, nah, you okay? Like, yeah, okay. That's my dog, man. That's why, and then like with kids, man, to take time and explain. Like you say, he explained. You know, like I was like, "Daddy doing a show." He looked like what? Like he pointed at the computer, and I'm like, "No, I'm doing it on my phone." He like, "Oh, okay." Oh man, he cracking me up. He was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Go lay down." He was like, "Will you come?" I'm like, "Nah, go lay down. I'm gonna do my show, and then I'll be in there and lay down with you." He like, "Okay, Daddy." He'll be back in a minute.
Look, look, he got to reset everything now. Yo, Pop, I need you to come hang out with me real quick so I get comfortable and fall back to sleep. And that's the thing. That's all that we ever wanted in life is to be, to be surrounded by love and comfort. And there's so many people that ain't received none of that, but yet we over here starting generational curses by just having babies and not even loving ourselves enough to know that we ain't gonna love these kids. And some people gonna weaponize their kids and so on. It's just a crazy society that we live in. It's a wacky one. And and,
Yeah,
and and it ain't because you love yourself that you're doing this. You don't even have the comprehension of love, because if you had love of self, you wouldn't even be putting yourself through these things. But because it's a normalcy, and not a normal, let me not say normalcy, because it's being perceived that it's okay. People are doing this type of thing. That's why marriages is not, happening when they're young no more. That's why it's gonna be very rare that you come up and see, yo, I've been married for 75 years and so on and so forth. You ain't gonna see like that. That trend is not. That trend is like common sense. It's dying like a mug, and chivalry too. That all that is dying. It's going to the wayside. It's about. I told you the other day. People are putting eyes in team, and now some people are just saying we just putting me in team. So that them letters is already there, so I can use it for myself. Instead of making somebody better, we making ourselves look worse. But that's today's society, and they're allowing it to go on, and we just falling into it, to the trap.
Shay, love, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. KY in the building. Kalani, what up, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What's happening, man? I hope everything is good with you. Shout out to KY, man. Shout out to Shay Love. But that's facts, bro. I mean, I mean, we can say the Bible, right? But I'm talking about like when you born, you got to be taught that life don't come with no instruction, man. So I mean, we learn as we go. That's the point I'm making. Part of the instruction, man. And some of us learn quicker, some of us learn slower. But the key, like you always say, is to get better, to grow, not change, because you can change for the worse. I've bobbled with that for a couple seconds, but um, I adopted that concept. Forget change. We ain't changing nothing. Uh, We're gonna improve. So it's about improvement. And you were saying earlier, why don't people want it to improve, bro? It takes work, and instead of people putting in the work, they want to try to make the things around them more comfortable for them instead of them getting better. I'm gonna do a show. Probably, I wanted to do it after I get my new device or whatever, but I'm gonna do a show, and I want to talk about value. Right? I was just thinking about a couple different angles I could talk about it in, but like in today's society, right? I hear so many people saying women should be like this or men should be like this, right? But the same people I hear saying that, I want to ask them what value do they bring? Like, why should someone else be like this? Because ultimately, that's just saying you want somebody to conform to your ideology for you to be comfortable. Like, so why don't you just like I think of it like this, right? When we talk about men, you hear a woman say, um, "Don't deal with broke men," right? So when I hear that, I'm thinking, is the value his financial, um, is a man's value his financial assets? Is that how we value people now? So is it fair? Like, how would you value women? If a man's value is determined by his finances, what is a woman's value? How do you determine a woman's value? Is that uh, should I wait and just make that episode? I mean, make that show.
Yeah, that's crazy because I think we touched on this a while ago, right? The
Hmm.
the gender thing and all of that other stuff. I'm like, man, listen, the agenda, forget the gender. The agenda is to reach your goal. If your goal is to sit there and start a family, you need two people. If your agenda is to raise them correctly, you have to have standards and rules and all of those other things. It doesn't matter if you know if the roles is reversed and the woman makes 100,000 and you only make 50,000 and things of that nature. All right, well then, if I'm making 50,000, I'm telling you, my ideas will be shunned upon. All right, if I could stay home and you could bring home the money, honey, when you get home, the food will be cooked. When you get home, the bath will be running. We can sit down and have a conversation. I'll check the homework. I'll do those things. The goal is still the same, to make sure that your family is has a momentum of a stability of things. It shouldn't matter who do what. Those gender roles is over. The agenda is still the same. It doesn't matter if a woman's sitting there trying to be equal and she gets just as much money as you do, then y'all need to have a conversation like, okay, somebody got to be at home. If you like your job better than me, listen, you think you can get more? All right, listen. I keep telling people men submit. It's not popular, but I believe men submit. What do they submit to? They submit to the goal. The goal is to make sure that the house is good, no matter who does it. You know what I mean? Like it, those genders is over. The agenda is always going to be the goal. I know it's not going to be popular what I'm saying. I'm just saying it because it's very well possible that it can be happening in households more than what's being spoken of. And it doesn't mean that if the man stay home, he's gonna sit there and play the video game all day. He's he's not It's not even about that. They may be home sitting there, you know what? Let me go trim the bushes. Let me go cut the grass. Let me make sure the washing machine is up to par. Let me make sure the circuit breakers is good. You know what I mean? We can be in there, saving money by fixing cabinets and making sure the sink ain't leaking, and so on and so forth. Those days is over. The old ways is over. And if that's what we're running from, that's not a problem. But the goal, the agenda is still the same, to make sure that your children got a parent at home when they come home and help them with their homework, so on and so forth. And if that person get time to teach them some extra stuff in the meantime, that's great. We got to stop looking at things and as far as the gender roles, I like I said, I know it's going to be frowned upon, but whatever works for you, it works for you. Apply it to your life. If it works, it works. If you're going to be traditional, you got to make it work. If the gender roles is being thrown out, you got to make it work. Can't nobody be in your relationship but you and that other person. If y'all agree to it, have at it.
Papa Will, what up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I've been checking your live. Every time I pop in there, you ain't saying nothing. Or there's some music playing or background. I think I be catching you when you just, away from the computer for a minute. Shout out to Papa Will. Shout out to KY. Make sure y'all sub up to both channels. Kalani Management and Papa Will Y2K Show. Appreciate y'all. Day one since day one. But y'all got riches. Y'all can drop your link, man. But bro, that's definitely a fact. That's why I always say complimentary people. If something works for you with somebody out there, it matches out there. You know. Um, but the way we need to start valuing people's character, bro, versus what they have. Value is on the inside. because that's what you got. That's what you really with. You with what a person is on the inside, their character, their morals, their value. You know, all the stuff on the outside, that stuff come and go. They looks, they body, all that stuff will come and go. You could be infatuated with the outside, but it's the inside that's everlasting. So you need to determine. That's why people put themselves in so much trouble in relationships. They're looking at the assets, looking at the body. You know, for the men. Oh, she got a big butt. She got big breasts. That don't make her a good person. You know, the women looking at the man. Oh, he got the money. He got a nice house, nice car. That don't make him a good person. They got all the things that's attractive to the flesh. That's how they get you and soul suck you. They reel you in just like fishing. But it's messed, bro. If you really can think, if you can see into my mind when I be hearing people like say certain things, it's like I be watching shows and stuff. You ever watch like one of them gold digger things where people be standing
Yeah.
outside with a sign and then they try to talk to somebody and then they say no and then they walk to the car and they run over? I'd be like, oh my goodness, bro. That's just like they look like fishes. A worm, a worm. The hook be down there. Don't nobody want the hook. But you put a worm on it and they run right to it. Then they get their ass snatched up and look stupid.
You
Like
ever
little person.
you ever had a conversation and like you had a conversation with a girl and you tell her what how do you what do you like about me? Like and you be like, well, I think you got a kind heart, and you very humble, whatever it is, and then you describe it the inside, and the first thing they ask you, what you trying to say? I'm ugly? That ain't what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
trying to show you that you're beautiful from the inside out. That's my preference. I don't care if you 7 feet tall. If your humbleness is 7 feet tall, if your compassion is 7 feet tall, that's what I'm attracted to. I mean, ain't no woman that's 7 feet tall. You know what I mean? But I'm saying it's the point. We so busy worrying about the outside thing that we don't worry about the inside. That's why when you was like, yo, why don't we gotta make the nerds more? They don't want no damn nerds. They don't want the man that's gonna set them up for 100,000. They think the 100,000 gonna come if that 1 in a million uh popular quarterback is gonna make it to the league. Everybody can't be Michael Vick. Everybody can't be Patrick Mahomes or whoever else y'all want to name. Everybody can't be Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. But that mindset, that intellect, that inventor, that whoever, that nerd, that the one that could sit there and say, you know what, I could make a engine run on water. Let me not say that too loud. They killing people for stuff like that. But the point is, you gotta understand the mind is what makes your money go. It's not always the athleticism and what you got outside. It's the little engine that could. If you ain't got, you can see potential in a ball player all you want. If they don't got the motor to do it, they ain't gonna make it. And it's the same way with each and every one of us as individuals. If you don't have the mindset to be great, if you don't have the mindset of being that go getter, you ain't gonna get it. We gotta stop looking from the outside and look on the end. There's a flower bud inside of us. There's a seed that's planted in us. We gotta water it and make sure it gets all the nutrients and the sunlight that it gets so it can blossom. You can see the fruit of a person. We say the content is their character, but if you plant that seed within a person, whatever seed you planted, if it comes out right, you got the right one. But we don't even take time to do that. They gotta be cute. She gotta have a Coke bottle. My man gotta have a 6 pack or whatever you want to call it. We on the wrong perspective. That's all.
And that's what I try to explain to people. Like, if you be careful what you ask for, you know what I'm saying? Know what you're asking for. That's why we say why. Why are certain things important? You know, figure things out, and then find something that complements you. You know, don't just settle for things, man. And that's what people do. That's why they have all these problems. You know, like I was in. Oh man, I think it's Brownie Ellie. I forgot her name, but I was in her chat, and when they asked her that question, you know, she was playing a video where this dude was like, you know, women would do this, women would do that, and my first question is like, why are you around women like that? Like, if I consistently meet the same type of female, I'm gonna look at where the hell am I? Like, where am I meeting these women? If I go to the club and keep meeting crazy chicks, why do I keep going to the club? Like, why do I keep going to the club to find women? Why don't I go to a library or something? Like, go
Too
somewhere
nerdy.
where you said what now?
Too nerdy. Men don't like women. Some men don't like women with intellect. I need
Mm,
see. I'm different because if you could challenge my mind, you could elevate it, and you might make me another 60,000 by just pushing me. But I'm another person. I'm my bad. Go ahead.
I get bored, bro. I need a woman to challenge me, like who tickles my brain. Like my wife, she'd be saying, asking me random questions, but they don't be like they be like it make me think like intellectual things. And then she just know a lot of shit I don't know. So I be inquisitive, especially like language. I be like learning her language. It's not even a language; it's the concept behind the word. Because you know, it's different languages bring different ideas. Like it can be, they can say something, but it means something different to them than it do to us. So just understanding that right there in itself, like, and she know three different languages. So and she didn't even. That's the crazy thing. Like her knowing these languages, she didn't understand. Like she knew because the words don't translate into other languages cleanly. So she'd be like, "Well, this means this in this language, but in this language," and I'm like, "That's the whole ideology about behind the culture. 'Cause that's why it's so important to have language and culture. Like part of culture is language. That's a big part of culture because that the words mean something to those people. So that's why some languages that don't have concepts. There's some languages they don't have a word for, you know, sexual assault. They don't have a word for that because they don't do that. So that's why, yeah. So I love, just having those conversations with the West.
And not only that, like people don't understand that sometimes your actions speaks just as loudly as words. You know what I mean? Like if you okay, so if you see somebody holding somebody's hand across the street, that means that street might be a little bit dangerous, or that person's not able to get across the street by themselves. And it also allows people to say, "Well, damn, that was very kind of that person that helped that person get across the street." Sometimes your action is just as vocal as your words, but
Hmm.
but like I said, we don't even have the intel. We don't have the mind to put that into consideration. Oh well, he just trying to get brownie points, or she just trying to get brownie points, or he may be trying to holler at us. It's not even about hollering. It's about doing the right things and being cautious of making sure somebody's doing or getting somewhere they need to be or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like that's just like if like I said, if anybody was to say, you know what, I'm going through something. If I sit there and say, yo, I'm willing to sit there and talk, oh, you just trying to be nosy. Why is this that I'm just trying to be there for a person that wants to speak their mind? It may not have nobody to speak their mind to. We always jump to the conclusions, and a lot of the times we be at the wrong conclusion. Maybe there's somebody that really cares and wants to help. Oh no, well, You just trying to be nosy. Like that's not what it always about. You might can understand, or you saw the person going through something, and like, yo, your antennas went up. Like, yo, you need somebody to talk to. You need to sit down. You want to talk? You want to vent? I'm here. And I know a lot of people clam up, but there are some people that would rather talk to a stranger because they don't know them and they feel like they ain't gonna get no judgment coming from it. But you know, we just got to be mindful of what's around us, who around us, and understand that your actions can speak just as loud as your vocal words.
Gary, can I ask you a question? Are you from New York, right? Were you born in New York? Have you always lived
Yes,
in New York?
yes.
You always have.
I, I,
Is your
I
is like
yeah.
is your family from like here? Your original like is your roots here in America?
Uh, as far as I know, yes. I'm pretty sure. They may touch the mother continent, but as far as I know, my family's from Maryland, uh, Alabama, Mississippi, and the Carolinas.
Mm, okay, I'm not gonna ask no more. But I don't want to blindside you, man, so I talk to you
No, go
when I
ahead. I'm
understand
good.
about it.
I'm good. Go
No,
ahead.
it's because it's something. It's almost like a narrative to me. I mean, the way I present it or the series of questions I have, it'd be more of a narrative. I don't want you to feel like um,
Okay.
you know, kind of blindsided. I rather.
I mean, no, I mean it is what it is. But I mean, I know from what I know of you is it's not to be a spectacle. It has to be a point coming out of it. So I don't mind. But if you don't want to do it, that's cool.
But okay, let me see. I'm gonna try to let me do it as possible. So what I wanted to see because I know New York is like Detroit, right? It's like a
Hmm.
melting pot. That's where a lot of people from out of the country came, especially melanated people. 'Cause I know y'all got like a big like Cuban, Puerto Rican, even from the islands, right? The what do they call them? Grenadian, Haitian,
Grenada,
Jamaican.
yeah, the Caribbean and Central America and all of that. Yeah.
Now, from my observation, from living in the city, like I just noticed a different aggression from like melanated people who came from different countries versus the ones who were here already. It's like a different, like the aggression level is different, especially towards other melanated people. And
Hmm.
the reason I say that because like the Jamaicans and Haitians, like they was like you can't go to sleep because daddy not there. Okay, I'll be in there in a minute. Okay, just 10 more minutes and I'll be there. 10 minutes, 10. Okay, yeah, I'll be in there. Go ahead, because you're gonna with mommy and auntie in the morning, so you got to get some sleep. I'll be in there in a minute, but like I noticed the aggression level is different, and then like I hear people like even on here like just knowing you're different from a lot of the New Yorkers that I met, right? And I don't stereotype or nothing like that. It's just the difference I think is in culture because like what you said, your um, elders and ancestors came from down south up to here. Mine did too. So a lot of those southern values were especially at our age, the age we at, we were around a lot of those people who came from up here or around people who were affected by those people who came up here. Affected with the different morals and values that are, when I say affected. they had those lessons and morals and values instilled in them, so we grew up with them. So a lot of our nature is that of the elders who came from down south. So we got a lot of that southern hospitality. And I just noticed I was listening to Selena the other day, and she was saying that she noticed that there's a difference between like southern black people and northern black people, and I felt the same way too. I see the difference, but then you get examples like me or you, who got a lot of those southern qualities because of our pedigree. And I just noticed like a lot of the like examples that I got from like New York people, they wasn't even from this country. Like a lot of I'm just being real. That's just like observation. Like, they say, I'm black, but I'm from New York, but then they Haitian or they this or they that. And it's like, yeah, you black, you from New York, but you still a different group of people. So it's like it's just for um not content purposes, but more of a evaluation. I
No,
was
I get it.
interested. I always wanted to ask you that.
No, I totally understand it because I can tell you a story, right? So I grew up with a person, right? And he spoke perfect English. Perfect. Like you knew he's from your town, right? Then we get to about early 90s, 92, 93. 90, yeah, 92, 93. And all of a sudden, he like, what go on? Wait, huh? Nah, your people, wait, why you talking like that? Nah, I mean, we get to my culture. Now you get, no, your culture is from around the corner. That's where you from. No, but my mother, my grandmother, and okay, but you're from around the corner. He like, yeah, but they tell me we better and we fight. You people don't know how to fight. Yeah, I didn't fight for freedom. We fought for freedom on the island, and like what? Like you got to stop this, man. Like I definitely get what you're saying because, like I said, when that momentum starts to switch, oh no, we're not black. I'm Jamaican.
Hmm.
Oh, now you're Jamaican now. Okay, so why wasn't you Jamaican when you didn't have that accent 2 years ago? And they ain't teach you that in no New York City public school system. So where you get it from? Like, oh, my mother, she back and forth from the island, and oh, okay, you know, but that misnomer of like you said, is a melting pot. So you're gonna get those different accents. You're gonna get the European black. Oh, we're so proper, a cheeky fellow, and wow, okay. And then you got the southern, like this is how when you got a mix of people, right? When you in New York, your cities, your northern side is gonna say, "Oh, hello, Mrs. Grant," and then when you got the southern people around you, it's like, "Yes, ma'am," "No, ma'am." The northerners don't really say, "Ma'am." They may say yes,
Right.
Mrs. or no, Mister. But the Southerners are gonna say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You know, no problem, ma'am. No problem, Miss Johnson. You can tell the conversation it leaks to where you can tell. All right, well, you ain't from around here because you once said ma'am like 7 times. Every time you say something is ma'am, sir. And the Northern like yes, Miss Jones, yes, Mr. Washington. And you're like, oh, okay, there's a difference. But there's definitely a difference between the tones from North and South and international. I'll say international. I ain't want people to think I was just talking about the Islanders, but there's, it's definitely a difference.
Bro, I got cussed off for calling people man. I ain't old. Like, that's just how I was raised. I apologize, man. I used to get cussed out. I
Yeah,
got a lot
it's
of
just
people.
that. But even with that, like, look how crazy that is. You say ma'am to somebody, they feel disrespected.
Yeah,
You try to
like,
you
what?
try to put them in a place of grace and elegance, and they take it as, well, you think I'm old. That's not what that means. But you say,
Bro,
hey Johnny, no, that's not my name, boy. Oh, now I'm a boy. So you from down south now. You from New York, but you calling me boy. Okay. Let's see how that works out. You know, we pick and
bro,
choose where we from. That's so annoying.
I get cussed out at the DMV. We don't even call it. We call it Secretary of State here, but we don't have an actual Department of Vehicles. We just go to the Secretary of State. Anyway, um, the lady was helping me, and I was taking my ID photo. She was like, stand over there. I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, don't call, like, got loud and everything. I'm looking like, oh, girl, okay, I apologize, ma'am. You did it again. You know what? That's just me. I'm not trying to be rude, but that's just how I am. You know, I say ma'am and sir. That's just what it is. I ain't old. I'm not calling you old. I just said ma'am because you're a female and there's respect where I'm from. Like, can we just take the picture, please? Okay. I'm not gonna call you ma'am. Like,
Oh, you should have
are
said,
you
okay,
like she
lady.
went off, bro? I'm like, is it this? I'm looking like, God damn, so I guess it's that time of the month. I almost said that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I almost said it just to be ignorant. I was about to say, oh, this is the time of the month. If I would have did that, the whole place would have went cracking up. I promise. Because when she did it, like you know how something happened and you just like you feel like all eyes on you. Like when she started
Hmm.
going off, bro, I looked at her and then I just happened to look around. Everybody looking at me, like tilted in their seats and everything. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm like she was like, I ain't. Oh, don't call me ma'am. I'm like, I look like, did she just really do that? And then I'm looking at everybody else like, oh yeah, she really did that.
You would have called her a madam, and she would have been mad too. Like, damn, I don't know. All right, lady. Okay, lady. Damn. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people just take the concept of being called a ma'am. It even gets so bad in the northern parts. If you say miss and oh no, I'm Mrs. Or if you say Mrs. Oh no, I'm Miss.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you. I'm like, they don't even go through all that down. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Hey, you might say a name. Okay, nice to meet you, Miss Ma'am. And then you're gonna put the ma'am in the back. It's just a different concept. We like, I don't know. We thought we was better than the Southerners, uh, or vice versa, or I know the Islanders think they're better than us. They constantly throw that in our face. Oh my God! Oh, yeah, I ain't fight for your freedom. That's why we're bad to people. And so we all the same people. No, we're not. Oh, okay, we're not then. Okay, no problem. When your ass need help, you better find some of your Islanders because I ain't it. I'm from the city, so we gonna let you. We gonna mind our business then. How about we do it that way? But yeah, it's the fact that we're so divided. You know, I don't think people really understand. I don't know if people really know who Willie Lynch is, but he did his job. That letter did his
mhm.
job. Even if it's not true, the concept of that letter did his damn job because you got people separated by islands, nationalities, uh, 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 sections of a country. We we just all jacked up.
Streets,
Now we
literally
now
blocks,
we got
bro.
yeah. Like yo, y'all.
Like, hold on, bro. Like, this ain't funny, but when I learned about that whole Chicago O Block thing, I'm like, hold on, man, y'all beefing with people around the corner from y'all? Like, like you could jump a fence and that's weird, bro. And then nobody owns, like you were saying earlier, y'all fighting over stuff y'all don't even own. Y'all can be evicted and be somewhere else tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back on the block. Like I said, we fight for the wrong things. Like, and that's the thing. We fight for things that don't belong to us, and don't fight for the things that actually do belong to us. Like the only thing we'll probably fight for is our mama. Not even our daddy. Sometimes it's more like their mamas, but they won't fight for nothing else. You won't fight because somebody wronged you. You'll try to avoid the fights, but anything that don't make sense, they'll fight for. The things that's worth
Mhm.
fighting for, they won't do it. That's what I'm saying. The mentality that we have is ugh. I don't want to say shot to hell, but it's not right. It's not right at all. But we'll that's just the way we are. And then you got people trying to tell them, listen, we're better than that, this, that, and the third. I don't want to hear that religion. Look, they'll call it religion. It ain't religion just for you to want to be better than what you are right now. It's just it's mind boggling where we're all at and how separated we are. You ever been in a household where you got two parents in the home, but you got four different personalities from four different kids? Like, how the hell is that even possible? You got two adults and
Man,
four kids, and y'all all look like y'all grew up in different houses, but y'all lived in the same house. We just be all over the place trying to find things and not embracing what we got at home. That's just us. That's just us as a whole.
they said those are fighting words. We call you. Hold on. He said we can call you. Don't mind be called. Is it ma'am, mommy, ma'am? Oh,
Yeah, shoot. Those are fighting words for some. Me personally, I don't mind being called ma'am or miss or even mommy or mija. But yeah, see, Commander is just like she's different. I promise you, you call some. I wish is Miss Tracy in the chat. Ask Miss Tracy what she would like to be called. I bet you she say Miss Tracy. Don't call her
mm-hmm.
ma'am. Nothing. Don't do that.
She's from Vegas. Well, she's from Vegas, so she might.
I'm
She might. She
I'm
might rock with the man.
with Tay. Tay, what you want to be called, Tay? Miss, ma'am, madam. What you want to be called? She was.
The president,
I'm.
the CEO,
Oh, shit, there you go. Here you go.
the CEO of the nine. That's what they want to be called. She
Oh,
sleeps,
shit.
so
It's
I'm
game
picking with her.
time now.
She, it's 2 hours in. She ain't gonna catch this until late tomorrow, so I'm gonna talk shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm.
we'll call her the Madam of the Nine. That's what we call
Don't you say that. Don't you say that again.
Madam Nine. That's what we gonna
Oh
call
Lord. There you go.
her.
Commander, you got this documented, right? That ain't me.
We gonna call her Madam Nine.
Yeah, but like I said, it just it's crazy. And like I said, it's just female. I don't know. I've never heard of a man get mad. You call them sir. Well, somewhat. Maybe once in a blue. Like, I'm not that old. Sir, it's okay, sir. We don't get those different names. It's just sir. Some people up north, they hey pop. Like, pop, what the nigga, I ain't
They
your
call me,
pops. What you talking about?
bro. They've been
You
calling me old yeah since 32. I've been like, thank you, shit. Okay, I'll take that. I'm lucky, bro. I'm old head, bro. Even when I played the video game, I'm like, I was like, I forget. I had to be like 33 when I started playing the game online. And I was like, this one dude was like, man, are you in your 30s? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, you an old head. And I'm like, what? Bro, I'm 33. Like, I just, like, bro, I'm okay. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm an old head. You 21. Okay, I'm an old head. I'm old. Thank you.
It's just like that youngin that tried to get up on the panel today. Like, yo, damn, you tricked me. You about 12. You probably would have been up here. That would have been interesting. Like, yeah, man. Like, damn, no sir, no nothing. What up, man? Shit, shit. Now they ain't even saying, "What up, son?" Like, oh shit. Wait, what? What you talking about? I'm old enough to be your daddy. You calling me son? What's wrong with you? But that's the slang. That's the terminology that's being used. I'm telling you, it's getting worse. Oh my god.
Society is dumbing down. Like we got all this smart equipment and we getting dumber. Like the
Um.
technology getting smart and people getting dumber. Bruh, it's
Yeah.
like grammar. And I mean, it's one thing to use Ebonics. Even Ebonics got certain structure and grammar to it. But now, like people be saying stuff. I'll be like, man, I don't know what the hell is going on right now. I don't know what. Bro, I be getting
Um.
headaches trying to conversate. I mean, bro, I be I be going to the YouTube thing, and it'd be like 300 people in the room, and people be talking. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? And there's like all these people listening to it, and I'm looking like I'd never be popular on. Like, I can never not make sense like that. I can never do that. It's like, man, let me get off here, bro. My son keeps looking at me like,
Yeah, I know
bro.
he wanted to get you out of there, man. I tried to get him out of here. I tried to get him. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, put that kid to sleep. I'm telling you, man, it's a precious thing, man. When kids ain't
Oh
comfortable
yeah.
with you not being there, go ahead and do your dad thing. We holler at you later.
I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna just end it. I ain't gonna go full outro. But I appreciate everybody
Mhm.
rocking out. Commander, appreciate you always holding me down. Dee Dee, appreciate you. Shout out to Tay Sleeps, Madam Nine. Uh, shout out to Fizz Pay. Shout out to KY. Shout out to Papa Will. Who else was in the chat? Shout out to my boy Prayers. Make sure I'm gonna be in there in the morning, Prayers. I probably won't be typing. I'm gonna be listening. Um, shout out to Lisa J. Shout out is Lady Ellie Brownie. That's the Lady Ellie Brownie. Y'all check her out. She got a good channel. She be having some good conversation. Lady Ellie Brownie. I believe that's her name. I know I was missing something and it was Lady. Shout out to Selena. Selena popped in earlier. Appreciate you, sis. Uh, I know I'm forgetting people. Shout out to Atmosphere too. Uh, yeah, we gonna do that debate. I'm trying to find a good Saturday because this weekend I might be able to pop on tomorrow for a minute. But the wife birthday Sunday. Shout out to my wife, my beautiful. My wife is my life. I always say that. Shout out to my beautiful wife. Appreciate you for dealing with me. Yes, she do. My wife tolerates me, so I love her to death. Um, Shout out to the nine, man. Shout out to everybody in the nine. BDB, Santina, my brother Gary. I'm gonna get Cat Daddy. We're gonna get Cat Daddy on the show soon. Um, Tay Eat, Madam Nine, Madam Divine. Shout out to the General, the Commander, the one and only. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out.